Hello there, welcome to part 2 of the Minotaur Berserker. I'm Icon and we're gonna roll through this episode. So feel free to leave comments or likes or dislikes or subscriptions to my channel if you like what I do here. I love to hear feedback every time I do all this. And yeah, let's get into this. We cleared out the dungeon down to 10 and I went into the lair after having some nice item drops. I have some R poison on me. I have some protection from cold. I have +6 ring of protection. I have an amulet of regeneration. So let's go. This character is well suited for going into the lair. And I feel like we're gonna have a great time here. Let's have a look at the clock. Alright, so let's go. Last episode was pretty short and just showed me how quickly you can clear out the dungeon with a Minotaur Berserker, because in a lot of scenarios I take a lot more time to clear out 10 levels of the dungeon and get into the lair. So there's my first basilisk. 43% petrifying is pretty scary, no? Let's turn on Truck's hand and check that again. It's 1% now. That's again another reason why it's so great to be a truck worshipper. These dudes are normally quite problematic. Oh, there's a ring of protection from magic. Not too necessary. And a cursed ring of teleportation. Let's get rid of that. I don't want that. Here we go. So let's put up the protection from cold again, I guess. That sounds like a good thing to do. And I've just noticed that I have a double stack of these scrolls. And it's fear. Alright, very good. Fear is a good scroll down here in the lair, generally speaking. So a new ring, another new ring. +1 evasion. Well, go away. I don't want to mess around with you. So let's turn off the auto pickup for a dose, but ranks of protection and evasion I'm gonna keep picking up, I guess. Yeah, why not? Protection and evasion rings are particularly effective if you're having enough resistances on the rest of your gear, because with evasion and AC you can never do something wrong. So I have a lot of ID scrolls on me, so I just might as well ID those scrolls here. Scroll of vulnerability, that's something I probably never gonna use. And blinking, awesome. Feels good to not waste these. So I don't want to auto pick up vulnerability. It halves MR of yourself and everything in sight, which is pretty cool if you're relying on hexes or stuff like that. But for me, not really. So we hear a distant snort. This means somewhere on this level is the entrance to a labyrinth. So I pop a scroll of magic mapping because I want to go into the labyrinth. Labyrinth is always pretty nice because you get a lot of good stuff potentially down there. And yeah, let's go there. Let's scattershot. And there's the labyrinth. Let's go there. So give me a sec. Alright. So for the labyrinth, these tiles here are the outer ring. These are the middle ring, and once you get to see some of these tiles, you're at the inner ring, and that's where the Minotaur awaits. And overall, you can't auto-explore this area, but you have to manually explore this area. So this is not leading anywhere. Let's backtrack and keep running here. Let's just keep exploring. This is the absolute outer ring, the outer boundary of the whole labyrinth. And usually in the labyrinth you won't see much more apart from some scattered enemies, and if I feel like I don't know where to go next, so I'm gonna pop a scroll of teleportation and well, sometimes it works to bring you somewhere you haven't been before, but somehow I feel like I don't see the way through here quite clearly. So this is kind of like the right spot. Alright, here we are. This area is quite regular, and I bet there's a door, yeah. So, one good thing about the Minotaur, he can't see invisible. That's something I'm gonna abuse here. And always check the Minotaur about his equip, because sometimes he has some really good stuff, and this one is wielding an Evening Star. And let's bash him down. Like I said, invisibility potions work a charm here, because, well, this guy can never see invisible. So that one's a good ring. That's triple RN and slaying +5. This is some serious late game ring. So the downside is that I'm gonna lose 4 strength, but I feel like I'm okay with that. And the Gauntlets of War, holy crap, that's another +5 slaying. So I'm gonna pick up this Evening Star because these are quite rare, and I don't dare to let that lie around. So Halfling skeleton and a Merfolk skeleton. Alright, let's burn those books. Truck will be happy about that. And this is quite fun. That's an octopode carrying around a crap ton of rings. Do I have enough inventory slots left? That's a dwarf skeleton with tomahawks of dispersal. Alright. So I kind of like never saw this layout of the ending. A lot of new stuff. Okay, so it's the great ring trial here. I don't need a ring of stealth, like, ever. Do I look like somebody who's playing stealthy? See invisible is good. Loudness is not so good. Let's remove curse and drop that loudness. And I'm gonna ID this ring. And that one is not really interesting, but we're gonna salvage it anyways. Alright, so let's chop up this poor octopode, I'd say. And let's get out of here. Okay, so I'm gonna drop this ring here because I don't feel like I'm gonna ever use it. And we're gonna put on this insane ring, and look at that. Now I'm running around with slaying +10 on layer 2. So that's Sonya. Sonya is a particularly easy enemy if you carry around a wand of paralysis, which I don't do right now. So let's start shooting her with the flame wand, and as soon as she's getting close enough, I'm gonna swap over to the acid. She's shooting Kurari needles, which is normally quite dangerous, but in my scenario here, I'm just gonna wait until she gets closer, and then I'm gonna drop some Ice Blast into her face, and oh, let's use more Flame Wand, why not? Hey Sonya, where are you at? So she teleported away, alright. Can't deal with that. This is so bonkers, having so much slaying that early on. Polished short sword, no thank you, I'm not quite the short sword type, thanks. So, I feel like I can get rid of the hunting sling and those bullets. I'm not going to use that. I'm going to be more of the throwing type, I'd say. So there's a new potion. Let's ID that. It's a potion of might. I was waiting for that because I didn't do enough damage already. So I don't want to throw these silver tomahawks at random because they are really good against demons and other unholy beings. And that's something I want to use them later on. Alright, so this is insane. It's gonna be quite a walk in the park, I guess. So a File of Floods, that's something I really like to have on me. And we can just press tab now for the most situations here. Wow. I can't believe this luck, actually, with running around with so much slaying. So there's Sonya. Alright, let's do this. I'm gonna acid wound her, because that deals the most damage. There we go. Yeah. I'm gonna chunk through all this like paper now. Okay. Are you serious, game? I mean, what the hell? This is gonna be the most insane run in my life. Seriously. I mean, look at that. That's another +6 slaying. Wow. I actually could turn off the put off this ring of slaying because I'm at +16 slaying now. Alright, so that's Fanar and Gastronok. Normally something you should take seriously, so let's start whacking. Look at that damage. Three hits. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 for Gastronok. And a Hat of Sea Invisible. Perfect. That's something I want to keep for now, that is. I'm gonna enchant that too. That's a good thing to enchant. And I can toss away that Ring of Sea Invisible for now. Don't need that too soon, I think. Alright. This is some insane run. I actually could run around with a dagger now and still kill everything, I guess. So I'm gonna level up some strength, because I feel like with this -4 ring, I'm probably gonna keep it up. I'm gonna need some more strength, because I wanna wear some gold dragon armor later on. So look at that. I just one-shot this poor little Hydra here. I mean, it only had 4 heads. That's kind of like the smallest Hydra you can meet. But anyways, so electric eels are very, very easy to kill off with flame wands. That's one of the best uses I know of flame wands, to be quite honest. There we go. That's the swamp entrance. So the most dangerous thing now will be my own hubris and the feeling that I can't do just 3 runes on this game. So there's another basilisk. Let's go into Trog's hand and splat this dude. A wand of disintegration, that's something I actually don't want to keep, because they check against magic resistance, and that's nothing I'm too fond of, to be quite honest. There we go. Another potion. That's magic. That's something I don't want to keep either, because none of my skills here use NP, and it's only a waste of inventory slots to carry around potions of magic as a Minotaur Berserker. Alright, so that's that. This is one of the most insane drop lucks I've seen in my whole dungeon crawl time, and I've been playing this game for quite some years. Don't even bother to turn on Trog's hand for that basilisk. He was only alone, so even if he had petrified me, I wouldn't have been in too much trouble. So that's Blink Frogs. It's probably gonna be a quite a short series. So let's burn this book. I'm not even taking a look at it, because my god hates books. Alright. So that's quite a bunch here. Let's punch down this Hydra like nothing. Look at that! I'm just slaughtering these dudes like nothing. So I got a great mace, which is potentially anti-magic. A great mace is quite a whopper, I'd say. does a lot of damage, is two-handed. So I'm gonna drop this anti-magic flail for that, I'd say. Let's keep running here. Let's splat some dudes. Holy crap. I feel so damn lucky on this run. A new scroll, but I don't have ID, so I'm not gonna waste that. Flame wand. Alright. I actually do like the changes in the wands, I think. Because the inventory management with all those scrolls was quite tedious. So that's acquirement. What I'm gonna acquire. I'm still missing a good weapon, I'd say. It's another great mace. It's draining. Well. I'm not too sure if I really want to go for two-handed weapons here. Another scroll. That's Torment. No, thank you. Problem with Torment is it offs not only all enemies in sight's HP, but it also halves your own HP. So I feel like these scrolls are really useful for undead races, but for every living race, well, it's not really common to have a good use for those. So Lindworm is normally also pretty dangerous, but I'm just splatting everything so damn quickly. Polymorph. Yeah, right. We're gonna keep that and exchange that for enslavement. Sometimes polymorph can be pretty handy. I'm not too sure if I'm gonna use it anyways, though. That's a book of necromancy. Let's burn it. Burn that book down. So it looks like we're having some aquatic, froggy, amphibious ending here. That's XL13. Nice. I see myself already dying horribly to some super stupid situation. This happens to a lot of my very lucky characters, that I just kill them by accident because I get too fond of myself and do silly stuff. So let's try to avoid that. Holy crap, this poor Tyrant Leech just exploded in my face here. With this plus 16 slaying going on, I feel like I could also just wield a dagger and still annihilate everything. And that's probably true. Alright. Let's murder everything. So I don't have anything to ID. That's okay. So with these wand changes, I feel like we're gonna have some serious stockpiling of ID scrolls going on in the future, because I used a lot of ID scrolls on wands actually, because I wanted always to know how many charges they had, and you also don't waste charges if your wands already are identified. But this is no longer no longer a necessity. You even see how many charges it has. And this is dangerous. I feel like I could be actually able to kill those blobs. Oh, Potion of Brilliance. That's something I don't need either. I actually could kill these blobs, but this is one of these super stupid things to do, because I'm resistant to corrosion, yes, but acidic blobs are some of the most dangerous enemies you can face down in the lair. Sometimes they are running around freely, and that's even more scary because they're pretty quick. You can't outrun them. The moment you realize that that you're not able to kill them is normally the moment when you're either blowing up a teleportation and blink scroll and get out alive, or get melted. So I don't feel like these gloves will beat mine. Alright. So there's this crazy little island here with some loot. Another amulet. Do I have ID left? Yes, I do. dormant. I'm not too interested. A new ring. Let's try that out. It's strength. No, thank you. So these I don't want to pick up automatically. Or is it? There is it. Stealth rings also. Not too interested in. I'm not exactly the stealthy type here. Okay, so we're done with that. That was pretty quick. Let's get back to the dungeon. Alright. Whoopsie, I took a wrong turn here. I didn't want to go for a long upstairs run. Okay, we're at D10. Let's clear out dungeon to D12, and then we're gonna head over to the Orcish Mines. That's pretty standard procedure for me. I like to clear out dungeon down to 12 if possible, and then head for Orcish Mines and see what's going on there. So these guys are simply victims to my onslaught here, and we found a glowing morning star. This could be nice. And there's a demonologist, so I'm gonna break the line of sight by stepping around this corner, because these guys are summoners and they only summon stuff if they see you. So if they don't see you, they don't summon stuff. That's basically the gist of it. Alright, that's some anti-magic morning star. Funny stuff, a morning star is actually exactly as strong as a dire flail. It's in fact even better because it has a better base accuracy. But the morning star has min delay on 16 and gets an 0.7, and this gets on 14 to 0.6. So the dire flail is a bit less accurate, but also a bit quicker and doesn't need as much skill investment. But for now, it doesn't make too much of a difference here. So what I'm asking myself is, we didn't find a single shield for now. Because a shield would be a reason to swap over to this morning star. But without a shield, I can as well go for stick with the two-handed weapon. So my maces and flails is at 14 now. Good, good. Let's start leveling dodging again. There's no reason to not level up dodging to some degree. Okay, so there's my first Cyclops. But with this amount of damage dealing, hand axe of electrocution. And there are my first ugly things. These are normally the point where you have to go somewhere else when they run into you the first time, but not for this guy. One shot this hungry ghost. It's insane. That's some insane item luck. I mean, the life of a Minotaur Berserker is not too hard to begin with, but with luck like this, it gets ridiculously easy, to be quite honest. So I found some javelins of penetration, and these are pretty cool stuff. And we're gonna get in here. I want to get rid of the demonologist. I can't afford to fight like that. It's so crazy. I found some new scrolls of ID, so let's ID this wonderful potion of degeneration. Frees up some inventory space. I hear the roar of battle. That means a Bailey is here. Baileys are cool. They are normally pretty dangerous, but they also contain pretty good loot overall. Potion of flight. That's good. I'll take it, I take it. So I'm gonna drop this broad axe, I'd say. I don't need it too much. And I have an evening star at my disposal, so if I'm gonna run into a brand weapon scroll, I'm gonna rather brand the evening star. And so judging from these axes here around, this could be an axe Bailey. Okay. Chances are I'm gonna die here. As stupid as it might sound, but Baileys are really pretty dangerous, to be quite honest. So this place is filled with tomahawks of returning. So let's shoot some tomahawks back at these dudes, because I can't kill them otherwise. Yeah, this is some axe Bailey. Maybe I'm gonna find some good axe here and I'm gonna swap over, in fact. But that's why I like the synergy between maces and axes so much, because of the good cross-training between both of them. I'm already sitting at 10.3 axes. If I find a good axe, I can easily opt into that. So there's a bunch of kobolds again. So it looks like the main attraction here will be the center part with the Orcish Warlord. And yeah. Let's go for that. I'm gonna shout here. Get to me. Face me. So we're gonna Ice Blast, I'd say. Because I'm gonna want to get rid of the small ones here first. Before I face the Orcish Warlord. So that's a ruined one. Yeah, that's a +2 Dire Flail of Crushing. Yeah, cool. Okay, so do I need to Berserk? Take 1 swing, take 2 swing, take 3 swing, take 4 swing. I don't need to Berserk on that. So these potions are most likely experience potions, because Baileys contain often either experience potions or scrolls of acquirement. In this scenario, it was all experience potions. So I'm gonna grab the evocations here, because I feel like it's cool that I don't have to level them up manually. So my evocations is at 10. I've gained 2 levels out of that, which is also pretty cool. And there's an Amulet of Rage. Nah, I don't need an Amulet of Rage. Drop can do. So looks like RNG wants me to win again. And that's pretty cool, because I had a pretty rough time here. Lately I've been just splatting my characters over and over and not achieving any wins. Felt like I forgot how to do this, so that's why I wanted to do something like a Minotaur, because that's chill, that's pretty easy, and I had no idea how easy it would get. Alright. So there are a bunch of slime creatures. Taking them a little bit slower, because when they stack up too much, they can get pretty dangerous. So let's get to the Orcish mines and clear that out quickly. I feel like... oh, there's an oppressive heat. I don't have any fire resistance going on, which is kind of bad. And I don't have... or yes, I do have magic mapping, so... huh, it's right over here. So let's dig it up. Here we go. Seriously? Alright. Then I'm gonna walk around here. Why not? Okay. These areas are particularly dangerous without fire resistance. And these alarm traps are pretty nasty too. But luckily I have this digging wand on me. Chainmail of fire resistance. A lot of fire resistance armor. But I'm not gonna turn down this Pearl Dragon armor, to be quite honest. It's too good to not wear it. Great Mace of Flaming. That's more interesting. So that's one volcano layout I don't know yet. So let's shoot some tomahawks at this fire bat, because I didn't want to wander around too much in the flame clouds here. Resistance potion, another giant club of flaming. Alright, so this might be dangerous. So that's it. Seriously? That's the whole place? Let's start flying and explore a little bit here. It looks like, yeah, that's seriously everything. Let's get out of here before I get burned or anything like that. Alright, a great mace of flaming, +0. Not too impressive, I think. So what about my training? Once throwing is done, I think I'm gonna skill up until I can use the great mace at a good extent. Because I've found a lot of good maces lately, great maces especially. And I feel like it could be a good idea to use them. So there's a player ghost. Gargoyle Fighter of Wujian. Come at me. He's having quite some AC, but yeah. So with the Wand of Digging, I can open up all these side pockets without swapping through too many staircases. And there's an Orc Warlord. But I've just realized in that Bailey that this Orc Warlord won't be too much of a problem here. And just like the last one, I just splat that guy. Oh, doing so much damage. How is that even possible? How can this be? Some games I don't find single slaying items, and in this game, 3 of them. And high tiered. It's not only that it's 3 slaying items, it's that all these slaying items are +5 or higher. Battle Axe of Freezing, that would be also an option. So there's an Orc High Priest, so I want to break the line of sight again. There are summoners capable of summoning demons, and they won't summon stuff as long as they don't see me. So always make sure that summoners can't see you if possible. Makes everything a lot easier to deal with. What a splatting party. So the only thing I gotta take serious here are Orc Sorcerers showing up, because they can paralyze me as long as I don't have Trox's Hand running. Okay, this looks like we're getting to the center vault of this level. So potentially a lot of baddies are waiting for me. Ooh. Tons of priests. Gotta chop through them first to prevent them from smiting me. Because the thing is, so many Orc priests will get dangerous eventually. That's up to 17 damage per smite, and I only have 150 HP. And yeah, it's a quick calculation how fast I can die from that. It's +7 Battle Axe of Chopping. Wow. So there's the Orc Sorcerer I was talking about. I'm gonna... oh well, why not? We're gonna do this. Let's train axes. I'm not gonna drop the armor training for a moment. So, Orc Sorcerers can paralyze me to 40%, and with Trox's Hand, it's only 1%. So... that's that. Let's give him some tomahawks and then smack him. So from now on, things are even more insane with that battle axe. Gotta keep the truck's hand running as soon as one of these guys shows up. Very important. This could quickly be my end if I'm not magic resistant around the sorcerer. So I'm getting low here, but I really want to get rid of the Orcish High Priest before I start running. I'm regenerating, so while I'm running, I'm gonna heal myself quite a bit. And now that I'm away from the center vault, I can just go for it. So there's this Orc Warlord. I'm gonna put up Trox's Hand. I'd almost regenerate 2 HP per turn. And yeah, there was even an Orc Sorcerer. So that was a good Trox's Hand usage here. Okay, so this should be there shouldn't be too many enemies around, I wanted to say, but there's still quite an army rushing towards me. I'm taking still a damn lot of damage. That's the thing about two-handed weapons. You get chunked down so hard because you don't have the ability to block attacks from the shields. And you really notice the difference. Okay, show me your shops. A pair of twisted gloves. Actually gonna buy them, because I don't need as much slaying. But I'm not gonna swap for that. Right now, at this point, I would really swap out one of those slaying items for some good resistance item. I'm gonna pick up those Ice Blast ones. Cute. That's one with 1 charge. Because right now my resistances are pretty bad. And look at this beauty. Arlec, RF, strength. Not bad. I'm gonna mark that. I don't think I'm gonna pick it up. These artifact gloves were quite let down because right now these gloves are the thing I'd swap out first, to be quite honest. This armor is insane. And right now I'm overcapped in resistance to negative energy, which is also really not really necessary. I don't really need that, but I don't have better options right now, so I'm gonna stay that way. Let's eat some fruit and get down to D13. So right now my biggest problem here is the lack of good resistances overall. My resistances are pretty bad. That's RC. Resist corrosion, I mean. I don't need that. My armor already can do. So, what scroll could that be? I feel like there are not many scrolls left. It could be Grand Weapon, Holy Word, Silence, or something else. I don't want to waste any of these. They're too good. And I'm not too desperately waiting for a Grand Weapon scroll now, because this Battle Axe of Chopping is all I need to finish the game. I don't need any bigger weapon. I can kill everything in the game with that. That's a Longbow God Gift. Nah. I already opted into throwing, so I'm not gonna go for that. So, let's ID that scroll. It's Holy Word. That's good. And I'm gonna drop that Great Mace of Flaming and that Anti-Magic Great Mace 2 and the Dire Flail of Crushing 2. I don't need all these weapons. The only thing I really want to have now is some Anti-Magic Axe, and then I'm pretty happy with my life here. Splat. Alright, so for the second episode I'm already damn far ahead here. All these hogs would mean that there's Kirky. So she can turn me into a pig too, so let's go into Trox's Hand and let's check 4%, that's okay. Now let's just chop her down. All the hogs of her turned into humans again. That's some sick run here. Gargoyle, one shot at the first swing. Didn't even take a second attempt. Yeah, that's the point where I noticed that I don't have too many resistances. These deep elf wizards are kicking me really hard, and I think the ugly things will do tremendous amounts of damage too with their elemental attacks. So. Well, I do have a crap ton of slaying, but I don't have resistances. Ooh, there's Rupert. I could have been dead here. So with Rupert, I feel like I'm gonna call a brother in arms, just in case he goes berserking. Got a berserking deep troll. Man, that's broken. That's one of the strongest summons you can get from the Brothers in Arms. A Rune Demon Blade, not bad. If I was into stuff like that, that is. So. I'm pretty concerned about the lack of my resistances, because this could end in a scenario where it just gets shut down before I can react properly. But it's also that I'm just damn afraid of losing this character to some bad luck after having so much good luck. So let's throw some tomahawks at these guys, because I'm barbed. But some resistance items will show up eventually, I'm pretty sure about that. Just gotta take these deep elf mages seriously. Wow, look at that damage. They're chopping me so hard. So I do still have some weakness. But this is quite comical, because normally resistance from fire and cold and stuff like that is normally not a problem at all when you're down to D15. But let's have a look. There are really not too many items with RF in this game. And there are also not really many items of protection from cold. Only rings. And there's Uruk. So let's burn that book. And I found a wand of paralysis. Awesome. So I don't need this polymorph thingy anymore. I feel like paralysis is the supreme disabling wand. In my humble opinion, that is. Melee, 1 melee, 2 melee, 3 melee. They always come in packs as 3. So if you see one of them and you won't see the rest of the other 2, it's probably a shapeshifter. So there's another pair of gloves. Let's have a look at that. Ugh, it's nothing I want to have either. So there's a scroll of brand weapon. Neat. And the scroll of silence, also pretty nice. Blinking I want to have, teleportation I want to have, enchant weapon I want to have, magic mapping I want to have, and all these ID scrolls too. And there's another magic mapping, and that's that. So let's brand this evening star. It went for, well, became an evening star of training. I'm not too fond of that. I mean, draining weapons are okay, I think. But the fact that they don't work against undead and demons, I don't like it too much. I prefer weapons that just work on everything I face. So there's a potion shop, same thing here. Let's pick up all the goodies and mark that mutation potion if we need it later on. So that's a fire dragon. I do have potions of resistance on me, and chances are that I'm gonna use them on this game. Alright, so that's done. Let's have a look at the clock. We're in for 45 minutes so far. Clearing out so crazily quick this game. It's insane. So let's start heading into the snake pit a little. I'd say we're gonna clear out snake 1, and then I'm gonna end this video here. And look at that. There's Charlie's ghost, journeyman Minotaur Berserker of Trog. Alright, so we're gonna put on the Trog's hand and the brother in arms, and well, okay, shouldn't be any trouble anymore. But no, we need to berserk into this. Against another berserker, it seems like berserking is in order. I took this guy maybe more seriously than I had to. But yeah, better safe than sorry, no? But apart from that, I keep splatting them. Normally, Naga are enemies with particularly high HP pools. I don't notice anything of that right now. So I got teleported by the Nagaraja. And stuff is getting spicy here. This anaconda does terrible amounts of damage. And I need to keep this Trog's hand running here. And we're gonna berserk for this Nagaraja. Nagaraja are really annoying enemies. And they are perfect enemies to kill yourself by accident on. That's why I went for the berserking here. So I really want to get rid of all these fruit, and I'm gonna turn up the auto pickup of those. I feel like fruit are, if you're not a spellcaster, not having any spell hunger or something like that, most of the time you don't need them. To be quite honest, most of the time you only need meat rations and bread rations, and that's everything you need to finish up the game. The rest of it just junks up your inventory. So Naga Sharpshooter, I'm gonna step around that corner to kill him off. I don't want to give him too much time to shoot at me. It's the second one. If there are more than one sharpshooters at a place, I always get a bit cautious about the possibility of Vashnia hanging around. So the Guardian Serpent summoned a lot of dudes on my face, but we're okay with that. Nothing bad happened. So there's another sharpshooter. Gonna focus him because I feel like Nagaraja and Naga sharpshooters are like the most dangerous stuff to meet down here. Alright, so that's that. We cleared out Snake 1. And I feel like this is a good spot to end this video. Thanks for watching, guys, and yeah, this is one of the luckiest Minotaurs I've ever played in my whole life. So much slaying. It's a fitting build for a Berserker. So hope you're gonna tune in for part 3. And until then, enjoy your time and see you guys. Bye bye.